You have a test tomorrow over adding and subtracting rational expressions. And you'll have the math tournament before you take the test. So we'll do that first and then go to the test. The test will be timed so that it will take into account you're starting later than usual. The problem is negative x plus 2 over x minus 9 minus x minus 3 over x plus 1. What is the first thing I need to do on this problem, Preston? That's right, find a common denominator. How do I find the common denominator, McAllister? Not add the two bottoms. What should I do, Collins? It's not technically cross multiplying. What should I do, Woodrow?
You need to multiply the bottom ones.
Multiply the bottom ones. That is right. You got to multiply straight across. So we're going to end up with x minus 9, x plus 1. And the same thing over here on this side. Okay, how do I find this numerator here? And that goes to Storms. Cross multiply, yes. So that means I would have to multiply x. Now notice you have this minus sign here. When you have this minus sign out there, you'll treat that as a negative 1 on the top. So make it a negative quantity of x plus 2 and then multiply by x plus 1. You're multiplying this way to get that numerator. You do not, however, do the same thing with this. You'll leave that minus sign where it's at. How do I find this numerator on the right? That goes to Holiday. Cross multiply, right. So I'm going to end up with x minus 3, x minus 9, from there to there. What is the next thing I should do? Jenkins. What is the next thing I should do? Jenkins. What is the next thing I should do? Storms.
Add the tops. Or multiply the tops.
Add the tops is close enough. We're going to combine the tops, so that'll count. Before I can combine the tops, what should I do? And that goes to McAllister. Yeah, simplify. That's right. So we will simplify like this. We're going to make one fraction, and on the bottom we're going to have our denominator simplified when we multiply it out or expand it out. And on the top we're going to multiply here and here as well. So go ahead and take a moment to work on this, this, and this. What should I have for the top left when I multiply that together? Holiday.
X squared plus 3x plus 2.
Alright, technically he's close, but there's still one more thing that has to be done to that. He said x squared plus 3x plus 2, but there's still one more thing you have to do to that. And what is that, Woodrow?
You have to put the negative.
Yeah, you have to distribute the negative sign there through that. So you would really end up with a negative x squared minus 3x minus 2. What would I have as a result of the multiplication over here between these two items, knowing that we're going to have a minus sign there to start with? So it's going to be a minus quantity. What would I have, Collins? What would I have, Preston? Ah, that's close. That is close. So we'll reset the sticks and pick out another one. Jenkins, what would I have? And McAllister, what would I have? What would I have, Collins?
Negative x squared minus 3x minus 27.
Close. That is close. What would I have, Preston? What would I have, Storms?
X squared minus 12x plus 27.
That's right, x squared minus 12x plus 27 when you multiply those two quantities together. Now on the bottom, I have to multiply these two together to get my denominator. What would I have when I do that, Holiday?
X squared minus 8x minus 9.
That's right, x squared minus 8x minus 9. What is my next step? That goes to Woodrow.
Simplify the top.
That's right, simplify the top. Okay. So, when we simplify the top, we're still going to have negative x squared minus 3x minus 2. But now what's going to come after that point? That goes to Jenkins. It goes to McAllister.
12x to the third plus 27.
Ah, that's close. Collins, what should we have?
Pass.
What should we have there, Holiday?
Minus x squared minus 12x plus 27.
Close. That is real close. You have the minus x squared right. Woodrow, what's the rest of it?
Plus 12x minus 27.
That's right, plus 12x minus 27. What goes on the bottom now? That goes to Storms.
X squared minus 8x minus 9.
That's right, x squared minus 8x minus 9. Okay, now we're going to combine like terms on the top. Just the x squared terms only. What's left over when I combine the x squared terms? Preston. Negative 2x squared is right. And what is left over when I combine only my x terms? Woodrow. 9x is right. Okay, and what's left over when I combine my constants on the top? Holiday.
29.
Close. Jenkins. Collins.
Negative 29.
Yeah, negative 29 or minus 29. Okay, what goes on the bottom now? That goes to Storms. X squared minus 8x minus 9. He gets all the easy ones. Okay, the next question is, am I done with this problem? Yes or no? And that goes to McAllister. No is right. What must I do next? Preston.
Find the values that x can't be.
That's right. Find the excluded values of x. And how do I find those values? Jenkins. How do I find those values, McAllister?
Take x minus 9 instead of equal to 0 and x plus 1 instead of 0.
That's right. X minus 9 equal to 0 and x plus 1 equal to 0. So when I do that, what will my excluded values be, Storms?
Negative 1 and 9.
Negative 1 and 9 is right. Try this practice problem and drop it off up here. It is a negative x minus 4 over x minus 2 minus x minus 3 over x minus 6. On this practice problem, I need a common denominator. And that common denominator is going to be found by multiplying this by this to get x squared minus 8x plus 12. And then to get the new numerator here, I'm going to have the negative sign times the product of this and this. So that would be x squared minus 10x plus 24, and then minus the product of this and this. So x squared minus 5x plus 6. Simplify the top to get negative x squared plus 10x minus 24 minus x squared plus 5x minus 6. All of that over x squared minus 8x plus 12. So simplifying my x squares, I'll get negative 2x squared. 10x and 5x is 15x. And is that a minus 24? Okay, so minus 24 minus 6 is minus 30. And then all of that over x squared minus 8x plus 12. So now I have to find my excluded values. So x cannot be equal to whatever I get when I set this equal to 0 and that equal to 0. So when I solve for that, I'm going to come back with 2 and 6.